What is up, best ones worldwide? It's the best one, Donnie here, back with a brand new random WWE Jakks specific unboxing and review video. If you're not a best one yet already, and you're into wrestling figures, Funko Pops, Nickelodeon, late 90s, early 2000s, or basketball, and you want to watch me rebuild my collection, recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications, because of course you already know the grind is real. So today, I'm going to be showing you guys some new WWE Jakks specific figures that I got for my collection. I started getting myself back into collecting the Jakks because that's what I grew up collecting. And I really want to get miscellaneous guys that I feel like Mattel isn't going to make. Some of the mid-card guys that don't really get talked about much. But we got quite a few new figures that we're going to be adding to the collection. So, with that being said, let's get it. The grind is real. So, starting things off, we have a very underrated mid-card guy. He actually works in WWE right now as a producer. We have Jamie Noble, which I'm surprised Mattel has not made a new Jamie Noble figure, especially in this attire here. The only Jamie Noble Mattel we've ever gotten was the J&J Security when he was managing Seth Rollins, but for my Ruthless Aggression collection, I figured why not add Jamie Noble. He was a very underrated cruiserweight around this time, and somebody I really enjoyed his work. But with this Jamie Noble here, one thing I will say with Jakks specific before I do get into this figure is, a lot of the times with the head sculpts, it's either a hit or a massive miss. And I think this Jamie Noble looks really good. I definitely see the likeness here. And I really do like the head sculpt that we do get on this figure here. He's got the short brown hair going on, which I do kind of like the effects that they did put in the front of his hair, which does look good. He's got the goatee going on. And then, of course, Jakks specific, they always love to have the ripped torsos, which I do like that a lot with Jamie Noble here. And, of course, we do get the old school elbow pad, something I always would lose when I was a kid. And he's got also the taped up hands as well, which I think definitely has more realness to it than the Mattel ones, which I do like. And then he's got the jean shorts going on, which I know they use these a lot for the old John Cena figures. And then, of course, we do get the high socks, and then we got the boots there. And just overall, Jamie Noble was somebody that I really enjoyed, especially when he was Cruiserweight Champion. So I'm very excited to finally add a Ruthless Aggression Jamie Noble to my collection. Moving on now to our next Jakks specific figure we got for the collection. We got good old Rico. And I wish Mattel would make a Rico figure. I really enjoyed his character, especially around the time when he was managing Billy and Chuck, which is why I decided to go with this Rico right here. Ruthless Aggression is what I grew up on, and man, so many underrated, talented wrestlers during that time that I really want in wrestling figure form. I really hope Mattel eventually could make a Rico, but I don't see it happening. But this is like one of the early Ruthless Aggression series back in the day. So with this Rico here, I've always enjoyed the head sculpts for him. I think that they've really done a great job throughout the years with his figures. I do like that we get the sideburns going on. The hair looks on point. He's also got some earrings going on in the ears, which I do like the smile he does have as well. I think it's a great head sculpt. And then he's got the tight red shirt on, which does look really good there. He's got the same old elbow pads as every other Jakks figure. And then he does have the tiger striped pants going on, which do look really good. This was around the time he was managing Billy and Chuck, which I do really like. And then he's got the boots as well. And Rico is just a very underrated manager. I know he was also a former WWE Tag Champ with Charlie Haas. I don't have that Ruthless Aggression figure yet. I might end up getting it, but this is my favorite Rico, so this is the one that we are going to be adding to the collection. And I actually just watched an interview with him on Cafe de Rene, and I'm glad to see him doing really good with his life. But there it is, we got Rico. Moving on now to our next figure we got for the collection. This man was supposed to be the 4th member of Evolution until they decided to take him out of the group and put Batista in there. We got Mark Jindrak. And this figure I'm very excited to add to the collection. Like I said, these are the figures I'm getting. I'm getting guys I feel like Mattel aren't going to make. And Mark Jindrak, he was a really good heel during 2004 to like 2006. Really enjoyed his work. I always thought he had a lot of potential to maybe become like a future United States or Intercontinental Champion, but it just never worked out. But with this Mark Jindrak figure here, I really do like the head sculpt here. Definitely got the real likeness there. He's got the hair sticked up right there in the front. He's got some sideburns. I also really like the angry facial expression he does have, which does look good. And he's got the really ripped torso and arms as well. Jindrak was built like a monster during his time. And he's also got the green elbow pads and knee pads to go with the tights that he is wearing here. And of course, with the trunks, he does have the M and the J on the front. And then on the back, he has his name, Mark Jindrak. I feel like a lot of people in the Ruthless Aggression era did that. And of course, we do have the low boots going on as well. But there it is, guys. We got Mark Jindrak. I know he's doing a lot of stuff in Mexico right now. And he is actually somebody I really hope does come back to the United States, so I could end up meeting him at like a wrestling convention or something, because I always really enjoyed his work throughout his career. Just somebody that was very underrated, and I felt like he was just in the wrong era. But there it is. We got Mark Jindrak that we're going to be adding to our miscellaneous Ruthless Aggression collection. And moving on now to our next Ruthless Aggression Jakks-specific figure, we got Mark Jindrak's partner, Luther Rain, another very underrated guy around 2004 to 2005. I actually remember getting this figure as a kid. It was at Toys R Us in Cape Cod when I was on vacation, and I was so excited to get that entire line. I remember finding the pink suited Teddy Long, which I really enjoyed, which, man, we needed an actual GM Teddy Long Mattel. Not only was Luther Rain Mark Jindrak's partner, he was also Kurt Angle's bodyguard around 2004 when Angle was doing the whole GM thing. So with this Luther Rain figure here, of course, we do have the short black hair going on. He's also got the goatee. Just very generic head sculpt, but I think that this is a really good head sculpt during its time. Definitely a good one. And of course, he's got the ripped torso with the arms going on that we do get with almost every other Jakks figure. And then, of course, he does have the plain black trunks. He was just very simple. He has the knee pads and the boots. Just very generic gear. And this was actually his only figure he got in WWE. He had a very short run, but I do remember him just squashing jobbers, and then eventually he just lost his spot on the card when Angle started to just become World Heavyweight Champion. And then next thing you know, he just left professional wrestling. But Luther Reigns, man, excited to add him to the collection. A guy that I know we're not going to be getting from Mattel anytime soon. Probably never. Moving on now to our next figure, we got part of La Resistance. We got Sylvain, which, man, I remember finding this at Toys R Us when I was a kid, which was pretty cool. And not that long ago, I went to the big event in New York, and I actually got the opportunity to meet La Resistance, Sylvain, Rob Conway, and Rene Dupree, which was really freaking cool. If you guys want to check that vlog out, it is up on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel, and they were just super nice. And Sylvain, I think this is like one of his only figures he got from Jakks. I think he got one or two of them. But with this Sylvain figure here, of course, we do have the short black hair going on, all spiked up. This was the style back in 2005 that he's repping. No sideburns. And I think the head sculpt is alright. It definitely could have been a little bit better, but a lot more accurate than his partner, which we'll get into in a minute. But I do like the smile that he does have on his face. The likeness is there. He's also got the same torso as like Mark Jindrak and the other jacked wrestlers during this time, which do look pretty good. But one thing I noticed with this Sylvain figure is the arm choice that they went with. Some of these figures during the time, it was very weird, because a lot of the times with the arms, you can actually move them, but this here is just, there's like no articulation at all with the elbows or anything. Really weird that they did this for some wrestlers, but for Sylvain, I think it actually worked out pretty good. He's also got the black wrist tape going on, and I really love the white and gold gear that we do have here. On the front, we do get this nice little symbol, and then on the back, in cursive, we get La Resistance, which does look really nice. Got some navy blue in there as well, and he's got the same old knee pads as every other Jakks figure. And I also really do like the kick pads here, the nice white and navy blue, which does look pretty good. There it is, we got Sylvain. Very, very underrated in my opinion. So Sylvain, he came in a 2-pack, and of course, I had to get Sylvain's partner. We got Rob Conway, wearing the same identical gear as his partner here, which, man, Rob Conway was definitely one of the coolest wrestlers I met. Really shot the shit with him for about like 10 minutes while Rene Dupree was hitting his vape outside while I was waiting to get my Ruthless Aggression figure signed. Rob was really shooting the shit with me. So to finally get like a Rob Conway figure, like current day for my collection, I'm very excited about that. But there it is right there. We got good old Rob. And with this figure here, of course, Rob's got the short hair going on. He's got the sideburns. And I do like the facial expression on him, but I felt like the likeness is there, but it's not there. Sometimes I see Rob Conway, other times I don't. Like I said, Jakks is always just a hit or miss with the head sculpts. But of course, we do get the same torso as Sylvain with this Rob Conway, and we do get the weird arms, which I think for Rob, they should have definitely had some articulation there. But Jakks always did try doing different things, so I do give them credit for that. And of course, he does have the white trunks with the gold going on, which does look really good. We get the logo on the front, and then on the back, in cursive, La Resistance. He's even got the same old knee pads as everybody else, wrist tape, and then he does get the... And then he does have the kick pads as well, the nice white and navy blue. But there it is, man. We got good old Rob Conway for La Resistance. And we got Sylvain. We got both of these two. One thing that really ticks me off about the whole Jakks Pacific when it comes to La Resistance, I don't understand why we never got all three of them, including Rene Dupree, with the same colored gear. Ugh, that freaking irks me because I want to display them together, but it's going to look weird. But I think I'm going to put these two like behind Rene. I'll make it work, but it's so weird that like they were together for quite a few years and they just never gave them all the same gear. Like, you would get like a Rob and Rene with one gear. You would get Sylvain here with the white, but no Rene. Like, it's so weird. But there it is. We got La Resistance finally. And last but not least, this figure is very nostalgia to me, and I'm very excited to add this to my Ruthless Aggression miscellaneous collection. I feel like Mattel's never going to make him, but he is on my dream list probably in my top 10 figures I really want Mattel to make, but I know it's not going to happen. We got Eugene. And if you guys know Eugene, yeah, that's why Mattel's probably never going to make a figure of him. Let's just say he's very special. Love the fucking character, though. But there it is, man. I remember getting this entire set when Eugene came out. This was his very first figure. He was part of the set with Rene Dupree, John Cena, Booker T, Undertaker, Batista in the white suit. And I remember getting that in Christmas 2004. And Eugene, I used him in my Fig Fed all the way until I was done. I was even meshing him with my Mattels. So with this Eugene figure, I think the head sculpt is perfect. Perfect head sculpt, especially during its time. I love the long brown hair that we have going on. Eugene's also got the beard. The likeness is there. It's such a perfect head sculpt. And then, of course, we do get this nice white and red jacket, which does look really good there. And he's got his name Eugene on the back of the jacket. And, of course, he does have the plain navy blue trunks that he always wore throughout his career. And then he's got the red knee pads and the white boots as well. Man, I'm so excited to add Eugene to the collection. He was one of my favorites during the time when I was a kid. I was a huge fan of his. I even got the opportunity to meet him back in 2015 at Big Time Wrestling. And he let me wear his jacket, and he was afraid that I was going to break it. So he was like trying to be like, be careful with my jacket. It was great. Man, Eugene is the best. I need to meet him, and I need to get this figure mint on card and get it signed immediately. But such a great figure for its time. Eugene, so massively underrated, but finally excited to add him to the collection. So guys, that is it. Those are all the miscellaneous Jakks-specific Ruthless Aggression figures that I picked up. Right now, I have that Jakks-specific itch. I'm probably going to be doing more random videos like this, so if you enjoyed this, smash that like button now. Also, let me know in the comment section below one of your favorite underrated Ruthless Aggression wrestlers, somebody that wasn't in the main event picture, but somebody that was there during its time. One of my favorites was Muhammad Hassan. Really enjoyed the character, very underrated. He is in the front of my shelf as well. If you're not a best one yet already, recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. New videos are coming out every other day. The link's down in the description below. You can go follow me over on my social medias and other YouTube pages. All that down below. And of course, to all the best ones out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.